Hi, this is another video on my source material for Hearts of Steel, and I thought I'd give you a bit of an idea today on how I researched through online material from the sources such as Ancestry and the Imperial War Museum, uh, stuff that's outside of a book publication basically. Now, online you've got to be a bit careful of, obviously. There is a mound of information out there, but you've got to be careful about what you pick and choose. And if you do pick something up, then you need to really check it before you use it. But from an official sources, the go-to place for me was Ancestry to begin with, and Ancestry has the birth certificates, death certificates of people, lots of different information about individuals, including census records. And census records will obviously tell us where they lived, what they were up to, what the family was doing, and some basic information on the family. Now, that was useful for me because I found that Herbert Leader was in the workhouse during his teenage years, and I could understand who he actually was in there with, which was quite revealing. From Ancestry, we go on to the National Archives, and within the National Archives, there is an awful lot of information that's actually online immediately. Some of it you have to order, and they will either photograph it for you, or you can go and visit. And going to visit is very much an excellent experience. You obtain a reader's ticket through their website, go up to a queue, and then you can view the documents in their entirety. And that was really useful for me because I managed to find a document that discussed the sinking of HMS Mohawk and had testimonies from the captains of the ships involved in one particular action, and discussed it. It really did bring to life the particular piece that I was trying to write about. Ship's logs are some of the ship logs are held up there. They're not the greatest of reads, to be honest with you. A lot of the time they're just recording what direction the ship's sailing in and what the weather was. Not a lot more detail than that. There are operational reports though as well. A lot of the operational reports are well worth delving into if you want to learn what your man was up to. So the National Archives, definitely worth a visit, either in person or online. The Imperial War Museum has a load of photographs online, so you can access those for personal use. You have to be careful with the copyright on some of those, but there's a wealth of photographical archives on there. And for me, what was very revealing was the interviews with veterans, and one in particular, because I managed to find an interview with John Bush, who was First Lieutenant on Nubian, and he became an admiral later on. And of course, he obviously served with my great-grandfather, or my great-grandfather served under him. He was one of the crew. So that was a very revealing interview, and it was great to listen to somebody who was actually serving with my great-grandfather. The London Gazette is a publication that's been going for many years. And on there, again, there are operational reports usually from the commanders-in-chief, but there are also medals and citations. So if a serviceman managed to be awarded somehow, either mentioned dispatches or Distinguished Service Order, Distinguished Service Cross, quite often there were citations associated with those. So you can find out a lot more about a particular action that led to them being awarded a particular medal. So the London Gazette is there's an awful lot again online on there, which you can search quite extensively. And finally, I used newspaper archives quite a lot and delved into there, and it's amazing what you can find. Again, you can for instance, HMS Afridi got sunk by Stukas at the back end of the first part of the Norwegian campaign, and within there are various interviews with sailors who survived and come back. So yeah, lots of little snippets in newspaper archives if you've got the time to have a look through there. So what I'll do is at the end I'll put on a list of the URLs for those particular sites, and good luck with your research if you're looking into one of your ancestors.